Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Marketing Engine. And if you've ever wondered, does my company need a mobile app? Today, we're going to actually talk about, does your company need a mobile app? And here's how you can tell. So I'm going to share that with you in the episode today. But before we get into the episode, I just want to ask you, if you enjoy the content, if you find this useful, drop a comment down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can go to theenginebuildershow.com, theenginebuildershow.com, and subscribe there if you're not already. I appreciate you taking time to tune in. And in a moment here, we're going to break down determining if you do need a mobile app. So stay tuned. One of the advantages of having a mobile app for your business is that it's a way to almost put something physically in your prospect, in your customer's hand, that they will see and use every day. Obviously, we all have a lot of apps on our phones, but an advantage is if you do decide to do one, which we're going to talk through today, that it's a great way to be able to instantly message people, send notifications, and have something that they're going to see more consistently. As a side note, it's one of the same reasons why we like helping our clients in some industries send out direct mail, because having something physically on your desk of the prospect you're trying to serve is a great way to have your brand recognized, to build trust, and to build that awareness of who you are. When we think about mobile apps, it's a great way to have a direct connection, a private space, a dedicated area in that prospect or client's mind where they can interact with you, they can get updates, you communicate with them and build community. But before you move into saying, I'm going to build an app for this, one of the first things that we always encourage our clients to do is ask yourself, could this first be done by just making sure that you have a very mobile friendly site? The reason for that is when you invest in app development, it's more of a fixed asset that you build, you publish, you get approved with on the Google Play Store for Android devices, or on the Apple iTunes Store for iOS devices. And it's a lengthy process. They have requirements. It takes a different type of code than building a website. It's a little bit longer. It's typically a little bit more expensive. And so oftentimes when clients come to us and say, hey, I want to build an app for this, we'll say, well, that's a great idea, but why don't we first build a really user-friendly mobile version that works well on a smartphone, that works well on a tablet, and let's really figure out what your users enjoy the most, what they're getting value from, what you need to communicate to them through the app or through the website. And by doing that, we're able to eliminate features that aren't necessary. We're able to test and adjust and improve the features that are important. And we're able to actually, go through a lot of testing at a much lower cost and a much faster speed than if we went straight into building a mobile app. And then once we've done that with our clients, then we'll say, okay, now we've determined that you definitely need a community for those that you're serving, and that makes sense as an app. Or this has worked really well as a management platform that you built for your clients, and now it makes sense to move it to an app. We have a ton of data, we have a ton of user feedback, and then by investing in that more fixed or permanent asset of a mobile app, which of course you can update and change, but there's just more time and expense and thought process and planning that needs to go into that, then we're able to move into building a mobile app. And so it's really important as you think about any asset you're going to build for your business, whether it's to deliver value and results to your clients, if it's for marketing, if it's, whatever the goal is to move away from the technology for a minute, which may sound funny coming from a tech guy who loves tech and marketing, but zoom away from the marketing, zoom out from that and say, what's the big result that we need from this tool or this process? And then once you've determined this is going to be for community building, or this is going to be for lead generation, or our users are going to interact to this platform, or whatever it might be, once you've actually determined that, then you can say, okay, do we know enough about what our prospects and customers and users and community actually want to do to move into building something a little more fixed, a little bit more of a higher investment like a mobile app? Or are we early stage with this idea or this business startup or whatever we're doing? Should we build something more agile, more easy to change, and what we typically call in the startup and the development world an MVP, a minimum viable product. The way that you build that MVP is to build just a mobile site first, is to really determine what people are actually going to use, what features you think are, actually important for the business. And by taking that step back and doing something a little bit lighter or a simpler version first, gives you way more market intelligence. It gives you a lot more data and experience of how you're going to interact with your prospects, your community, the clients, the users that you want on that. And then you will have solid decisions based on data to move into that higher level programming. So that's what I want to share, because a lot of times folks come to me and say, I have an app idea. And I'm like, excellent, let's hear about it. And about half the time I'll say, you know what, I think that's a solid idea, but let's start by doing just a mobile friendly website, something that's really fast, easy to use, and let's get our data there. And then we'll move into higher level development. If you have any questions about software development, whether it's an app, a website, a software that you want to build to either deliver something to your clients, to your prospects, or to improve what your team is doing from an efficiency and results standpoint, we'd love to have a conversation with you. Our company started in development years ago and then moved heavily into marketing as well. So we have a really strong development background. We'd love to have a conversation. You can comment down below, you can shoot me a message, or you can reach out at businessmarketingengine.com. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the show.